Hello fam, you're welcome back to my channel. So this is an update regarding the BVAS machine that was used on the election day. So up until this day, INEC has not granted Labour Party, that is Labour legal and technical team, to have access to those election materials up until this day, despite the court granting Labour Party the permission to access those materials. But INEC has refused Labour Party to have access to those materials. This is not the first time we are seeing this government disobeying court order. Then I go ahead to ask, what is the essence of having court? What is the essence of court giving order? What is the essence of making policy rules and laws when government cannot obey? If the government cannot obey, how do they expect the citizens to obey the laws? This is so unfortunate. This is not the first time we are seeing this kind of thing happening. This is not the first time that this government is disobeying court order. Remember in case of Nnamdi Kanu, how the courts granted him bail. But up until this day, Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. If you don't know who Nnamdi Kanu is, he is the leader of IPOP in Southeast. He's still in detention now, unlawful detention. This is not the first time, this is not the second time. Last time, the Supreme Court ruled that the old naira should still remain in circulation, but yet this government keep defiling order, keep disobeying the courts. So what then is the essence of Nigerian courts? What is the Nigerian courts doing? They should, if they cannot obey, why is the court still there? So now the Labour Party have come out. If you watch my old video, there was a video I posted. You can check it out on my channel, where the national chairman for Labour Party, in the person of Mr. Julius Abru, came out to say that INEC has not given them the access to examine those election materials. After he came out to make that statement, it's been days, it's been weeks, yet INEC is still refusing these people. What is INEC trying to hide? What are they trying to, why are they preventing Labour Party from having access to those things? If they said the election was free and fair, if they said the election was conducted in a way it should, then why are they refusing Labour Party to examine those election materials? So now Labour Party have come out again to say that they will be going on nationwide protest if INEC fails to allow them to examine those materials. So you know why P2B supporters have not gone on nationwide protest was because P2B has been calming them down, because a lot of people thought that after the announcement of 2023 presidential election, the Labour Party supporters were going to go on streets to protest because of the unfair treatment to some voters, because of what all of us saw what happened on that day of election. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because P2B is a man of peace. He just calmed everybody, just told everybody, be calm, be still, we'll follow the due process. But at this point, it seems like the due process is not going to work, because Nigerian government doesn't understand what due process is. They don't understand what peace is. They don't understand what, I don't know what it means to conduct a peaceful election. You saw what happened in NSAS, how protesters came out to protest, on unarmed protesters came out to protest. You saw how how they were treated, how they were brutalized on that day. So this is to show you that this government don't understand what peace is. They just like violence. They just like when things are being in disorder, when people are, running helter skelter, when people are going crazy, because this is what is likely to happen in this case. because a lot of Nigerians are fed up, they're angry. You told them to get their PVCs, that their vote was going to count this time around. Everybody came out in their millions to vote for their candidates, for their preferred candidate, even though a lot of people were disenfranchised, but yet a lot of them came out to vote, and the vote is showing that there was a massive rigging stealing on a broad daylight. It's not even like the rigging was done off the camera. It was so obvious. Even the blind can see. So I'm going to be leaving, like, I'm going to be attaching some of the tweets, how people are coming out to share their thoughts on this ongoing issues that we have in Nigeria. So this is Kenneth Okonkwo, the Labour Party agent. He took to his Twitter to tweet. He says, "My hood invitation to anarchy, the most unfortunate and dramatic thing that would happen to a country is to have a criminal gang to be in charge of its affairs. It's no longer news that the February 25th presidential election was rigged. What's baffling is the level of impunity that is associated with the rigging. Recall that INEC was meant by the law to transmit the results of the election recorded in the BVAS from the polling unit on the February 25th to the viewing pleasure of all Nigerians. This they willfully failed, refused, and neglected to do even 14 days after the election, to give them room to rig the election against Labour Party. Our Labour Party has only 21 days to file our case against rigging of INEC at the Court of Appeal, and needs evidence of the manipulated result to enable us file it." So he went ahead to say, "Mahood INEC refused to grant us access to inspect our results before reconfiguring the BVAS. We went to the court and got order to inspect our results. INEC refused to obey the order of the court, but went back to the court to get an order to refigure the BVAS machine using next election as an excuse. The court restated its position that we should be granted access to the result, but granted INEC the right to refigure the BVAS for the next election. INEC started reconfiguring the BVAS and still refused to grant us access to inspect the results. They are using the opportunity to continue manipulating the results and frustrating our effort to file our petition in court. We have just 11 days left to file our petition, and INEC has refused to obey court order to allow us access our results. There is no limit." So he went ahead to say, "There is limit to endurance. This action is an invitation to anarchy by Mahood INEC and the APC ruling party. We can no longer tolerate this obvious criminality against Nigerian people. The international community should hold Mahood and APC ruling party responsible for any breakdown of law and order. We therefore tell all obedient nationwide to reject this impunity and conspiracy against due process intended to perfect their rigging agenda against our mandate. We hereby give INEC Monday deadline to comply with all the orders of the court or face the wrath. We hereby give INEC Monday deadline to comply with all orders of court or face the wrath of God and obedience. A stitch in nine saves nine. A stitch in time saves nine. We must recover our mandates. We move together and united." So this was coming from Kenneth Okonkwo, like I likely said, and a lot of people have shared their thoughts on this. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think would be the outcome of this whole election of a thing? Because Nigeria, as I know it to be, is not a country that understands what peace is. It's not a country that keep to court order or keep to the rules or laws of the country, most especially the government. When the government doesn't keep to rules and order, how do they expect the citizens to keep to rules and order of the country? So you guys, let me know in the comment section um whether if these people, if INEC is going to comply with the order of Labour Party or not. Okay. So this is coming from Saria Reporters. It says Labour Party threatens to occupy offices nationwide for disobeying tribunal's directive to release BVAS machines for inspection. So this is also from Channels Television. Labour Party threatens nationwide protest at INEC offices over BVAS. You guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channels if you haven't subscribed already. And you guys, let me know in the comment section if Labour Party is going to win this case. Okay, thank you so much and remain blessed.